All right, welcome back, everybody. Happy Monday to you all. A little stormy weather here to start off the work week, and with the rain and the thunder around, cooler temperatures, only 60 degrees in the capital. A little more sunshine and blue sky the farther north you get here in the state. 74 up in Great Falls. Look at that, 80 in Glasgow, 73 Havre, 72 Cupbank, 76 in Kalispell. But then you get down closer to the capital, to Butte, to Dillon, even West Yellowstone. We're only in the 50s and the 60s with more cloud cover and, of course, the showers and the storms. Now, these were all of the flood watches, warnings, and advisories last week at this time. This is not current. This is current. A big difference in the flooding here around western Montana. You probably know that if you've traveled around the western areas here this weekend. Yes, we still do have some areas under a flood watch, the Jefferson River, and a flood warning down around the Big Hole River. And of course, we have this flash flood warning continuing for the Bear Paws right over the East Fork Fire burn scar here. That going until at least 6:30. It could be very dangerous in that area. Then further south, as I mentioned, the Jefferson River under a flood watch, the Big Hole under a flood warning, but fewer and fewer areas, even Lincoln lifted from the flood warning that they've been accustomed to having for the last several weeks. Widespread on the radar. There you can see the showers and the thunderstorms. Of course, there's that storm. Look at that, just sitting right over the Bear Paws there. This radar loop starts at around 12:30, and that doesn't leave until at least 3:30. Some big storms a little further off towards the southwest. And also, I'd like to point out, of course, right by Hayes, we had the July wildfire last season and the burn scar. And look at the storms that are right over the Little Rockies there. Some storms down into Fergus County, kind of moving south of the Big Snowies right now, east of Judith Gap and east of Harleton. And then around the capital, we've had some pretty good rain and some downpours out in the valley, especially right around to Lincoln Road. Look at that storm that just poured and poured for a while here, kind of sat over that area. Some good solid rain coming in from around Elliston, moving over Great Divide, that likely coming over the Continental Divide. And then a little further to the south, some light rain around Townsend right now, and some storms south of Boulder, closer to around Whitehall. So we've got an area of low pressure. It doesn't look like much, but an area of low pressure here that will keep the wet weather around in not only Montana, but further down to the south, where they really need some rain. Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico, a pretty rapidly developing drought down there. So they need the moisture. We don't need the moisture because, of course, it's been a very, very wet spring. Here's what will happen. We'll see the storms kind of fizzle out here overnight tonight into tomorrow, but just like today, showers and thunderstorms widespread, mainly in the southwestern part of the state here. And then getting into Wednesday, you have more solid rain throughout a lot of the state. So a wet Wednesday, and then we'll still see some storms sticking around even into Thursday. Friday looks dry before. Of course, it's Memorial Day weekend, and that means it's going to rain here in Montana, unfortunately. Forecast for tonight, showers, some thunderstorms early, and then quieting down late this evening. Lows on the mild side, 40s and 50s. Still some good rain around the capital area, but I don't think it's enough rain that will really aggravate the flood situation very much. We're not done with flooding just yet, but the worst is behind us. And then here's the forecast for tomorrow. A little warmer again the farther north you go because there's more sunshine and some drier weather, and then you get around the capital here, and we will have showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy skies, and cooler temperatures here right around the upper 60s to the lower 70s. This is a wet Wednesday. Thursday, still some storms. And here it is, Memorial Day weekend. We will warm up into the lower and even mid 80s, but storms scattered about the state here Saturday and also Sunday. Right now, Memorial Day looked good. At least, Dennis, there's no snow in that forecast.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Coming up next on the news at 5.